Never stop reading the Bible. Welcome! Today's explainer dives right into the biblical text of 2 Chronicles chapters 33 through 36. We're tracking the final, incredibly dramatic days of the Kingdom of Judah.
Now, what does it actually take for an entire nation to completely fall apart, or, on the flip side, be miraculously saved? We're about to fast forward through a crazy timeline of deep sin, shocking repentance, and ultimate destruction. It's a wild ride.
Section 1. Repentance of King Manasseh. We kick things off with Judah's 14th king, Manasseh. He basically demolished all the religious reforms his dad, Hezekiah, put in place, leading the people straight back into some pretty dark idolatry.
But Manasseh's story takes a massive plot twist. After being punished, literally dragged off in chains to Babylon by the Assyrian army, he completely humbled himself. God actually heard his sincere repentance and brought him back to Jerusalem. There, he miraculously reversed his own evil policies, tore down those idols, and restored God's altar. Talk about a comeback. Unfortunately, his son, King Amon, completely missed the memo. Amon's incredibly brief and wicked reign ended with him being assassinated by his own officials, all because he absolutely refused to humble himself before God. This brutal end set the stage for a totally new era.
Section 2. Josiah's Great Reformation. Enter King Josiah, the 16th king. He stands out as the absolute gold standard for godly leadership during a really dark time. You can see his devotion just build and build. At only 20 years old, Josiah proactively purges idols across both Judah and Israel. This massive cleanup operation leads directly to repairing the temple. And during those repairs, the discovery. They shockingly stumble upon the lost book of the law. When Josiah hears its words read aloud, he literally tears his clothes in deep repentance.
Section 3. The Ultimate Passover. This marks the absolute peak of Josiah's revival, sparked by reading that law, getting profound counsel from the prophetess Huldah, and officially renewing the covenant.
Josiah went all in on this. He personally bankrolled a massive Passover celebration, encouraged the priests, donated a huge chunk of his own flocks for the sacrifices, and spread faith throughout all of Judah. But tragically, this golden age was cut incredibly short. Josiah was killed in battle by King Necho of Egypt, instantly killing the momentum of his amazing reforms.
Section 4. The Final Four Kings. Josiah's sudden death triggers a devastating domino effect for the nation, as the people quickly abandon the covenant all over again. Look at how fast it all falls apart. We rapidly fire through 4 final rebellious kings. Jehoahaz is quickly deposed by Egypt. Then Jehoiakim rules for 11 years but does evil and is exiled to Babylon. Next, Jehoiachin lasts just 3 months and 10 days before he's also exiled to Babylon. Finally, Zedekiah takes the throne and foolishly rebels against Babylon. 4 consecutive evil reigns leading straight to foreign domination.
Section 5. The Fall of Judah. The rebellion of that final king, Zedekiah, brings the entire nation to its absolute tragic breaking point. Trace this dark progression with us. Step 1. Zedekiah rebels against King Nebuchadnezzar. Step 2. The Babylonians respond by besieging Jerusalem for almost 2 whole years. Step 3. The city falls, and the temple is completely destroyed. And Step 4. The survivors are exiled to Babylon. Ignoring the covenant led to the exact ruin the prophets had been warning them about over and over again.
Section 6. A Spark of Hope. Just when everything seems totally lost, the narrative pivots from utter despair to a surprising glimmer of redemption after 70 long years in exile. This era wraps up with a powerful, unprecedented decree. The Lord moved the heart of Cyrus, king of Persia, to make a proclamation, letting the Israelites return to Jerusalem. It ends this intense historical narrative on a massive note of hope. God's story for his people was definitely not over yet. So, what are we taking away from Judah's intense roller coaster of ruin and redemption? Does the survival of a nation ultimately come down to the humility of its leaders? Think about that as we wrap up today's explainer. This presentation was provided by the Center Studio. Thanks so much for learning with me today.